this is a tricky one. I guess to put it very bluntly, Andor had a very rough start, and I would say very mediocre and below average, but then it started to get better and better and better. So did the finale, was it that good? Absolutely. In fact, it was really interesting that people were debating for a while. Was it going to do like a season 8 Game of Thrones? Like, okay, a couple of decent episodes, but man, those final episodes really wrecked a lot of the series. It wrecked a lot. It really destroyed insane amounts of the series. Why? Don't know. Very radically disappointing series with its finale. But good moments leading up to it, but oh boy, very, very disappointing. This is the exact opposite. No one will be disappointed. I think it's fair to say if you did like the story they had from season 1 to season 2, you will be very satisfied. Where the few things to criticize, yeah, I was surprised it was fairly predictable. It's like, oh, basically Cassian does one final mission basically before Rogue One begins. And a lot of the story is, and again, no spoilers, Luthen is in trouble. They have to do something. And I'm actually going to go against most of the fandom. I think people are there, oh, this is a mercy killing. That's what they're doing. I don't think that's what's going on. I don't think the Luthen thing is a mercy killing. I think it's something else. Because it's way too risky. But there we go. That's my fan theory, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading against the canon. I think I know what happened, and it's not what people say. Because obviously, it's like, well, if this is the point, they could have just done that. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about this. But it is nice and symmetrical. Like, for instance, there are many good Luthen speeches, but those speeches were whacked out stupid to me. But one of them has a huge payoff. I don't want to give it away. It is also clearly like Luke's. It's very clearly an allusion to Luke, but it's clever. It's not like, oh, a woman pulls out a lightsaber and I am Luke Skywalker Part 3. It is very clearly linking this to the OT, but in a gentle way. So this is a series mainly to lead up to Rogue One. And I think that'll probably puzzle people because, again, good or bad, whether you like these films or not, the prequels, the sequels, and the original trilogy are way more popular than Andor. They are way bigger, so the usual trick, and Lucas did it too with Disney, the Clone Wars, is we're going to refer back to the OT. We're going to refer back to the PT. We're going to refer back to the ST. We're going to find the popular things like Kylo. Oh, is Kylo coming? Is Snoke coming? Is this Luke? Is this Anakin? Is this Vader? Is this Mace Windu? All these little things. Andor has a lot of Easter eggs, and they were really nice. They're mainly Rogue One ones, but they're very clever. Like the last episode is full on tons of Easter eggs with Bail, with Moth. It's all Easter eggs, but it never feels like Rise of Skywalker. It doesn't feel like any other Disney show. It doesn't feel like anything Lucas did with Clone Wars. It feels like, okay, they are here because they should be here. I mean, I'm not clear why Bale is so argumentative. That seemed a little weird. But even minor things aside, it felt very perfect for the characters, especially Sog and what Forrest Whitaker. Like the way he acts is like, yeah, I mean, he's a radical, paranoid revolutionary. He would act like that, and it does show this rebellion is not perfect. They clearly disagree with one another. They have many problems and flaws. So I don't think this is as hardcore anti-fascist as people think. It's clearly showing the rebels are kind of a mess. And let me not skimp on the droids. I love the droids. I've always loved the droids in Star Wars. It's one of my favorite things about Star Wars. The droids don't really get enough love, and there's supposed to be a series on the droids. They never did that. I'm disappointed. They could really do, just on the Rogue One, on the Andor droids, there's more than enough just with these droids to do an entire series. So hopefully they'll go down that path. It's affordable, voice acting, it can be done. So I don't know. So this was very enjoyable. It was very strong. Is it perfect? No, but is it 9 out of 10? Yes, it's a 9 out of 10. It fit the story, but like, listen, we got to be upfront. This is not for everyone. I don't think it was too boring, but Andor is slow. This is a slow story. If you're not comfortable with a slow pace, you're gonna be like, I don't get it. What is the point of all this? Do something. Because there is action, but the action is mainly for the story. It's not most of Star Wars is the action comes first, and the story's kind of like, yeah, the story's there. And to be fair, Lucas used it as bait. He's like, I don't care about the action either, but he wanted to tell his mythology a certain way, and action scenes were a way to basically lure people in. Andor is the complete opposite. Action really only happens if it's for the story. If it's not for the story, we're not going to do it. So when things show up that look good or fancy, like the stormtroopers, the costumes, the armor, it's there for a reason. It's not just there to be, woo, be flashy. So very strong storytelling, excellent. If you're a Rogue One fan, you're going to be super happy with these final episodes. I wish it was a little bit more like the prequels. I wish it went as a little bit more experimental. I hope they went in a more Dune direction, but it is what it is. It fit the story. It didn't destroy itself. That's good. We're going to be debating a lot of things, the acting, performances, certain pieces of dialogue. And again, certain parts of it are like, yeah, it's not a big plot hole, but I'm like, she is doing that too many times. There's like a one time a character is like, I need help. And they're signaling for help like 20 times. I'm like, you did it like 10 times already. Why are you doing it again? So yeah, there's a few minor flaws, but beyond that, pretty strong stuff all around. Again, because the first couple episodes, yeah, the dialogue and the humor, the jokes were excellent. Like the jokes were really good. I was laughing a lot. It was pretty amazing given how dark they were. They slipped in the humor fairly well. You have a few questions about a few scenes, but beyond a few scenes that are a little questionable, the vast majority of it, hence 9 out of 10, only 1 out of 10 can you say, okay, that was a little too stupid. Beyond that, 90% visually, emotionally gripping. Don't deny yourself. It is slow. It is a slow series. Let it be very clear. This is a slow pace, and it is mislabeled. It is not about Andor. It is about Andor, certain number of rebels, and Krennic, and a certain number of the Imperials. But I guess call it Andor and the Imperials would have been too mouthy. So yeah, dude, this series is not really about Andor. He is just one focal point. So even there, I mean, really at the end of the day, I still don't know Andor. You just know a lot about him, but you're like, there's still so much more to explore with the character. Now Diego's going to take a vacation. Tony's like, I'm also taking a vacation. It'll be a while before they revisit it, but they provided themselves with a huge, I mean, a massive playground. And given the time jumps, they can go easily back and forth in time. So I hope they do more with the droids and Andor. I hope they do more with the central characters, more with Luthen, Deidre, the whole thing. But if this is it, it is a great trilogy. It's a really odd trilogy, probably the only, very unique for Star Wars. 2 seasons of TV leading to a spin off movie, but some of the best Star Wars. It's very strange, very unique, but it has its own artistic vision. You don't have to see anything else. You can just see, the basic about Star Wars, the Force, sabers. You can just jump in, enjoy this interesting, great, excellent story, and like an oasis of, well, chaos. Like Star Wars has chaotic quality. Great stuff, good stuff, bafflingly stupid stuff, and then the holiday special is probably literally the worst thing, but that is Star Wars, but not Andor, not Rogue One. It is excellent, excellent storytelling, but it is for a certain kind of audience. If you're not into this humor, not into murky, ambiguous stuff, not into artistic, modernist storytelling, this will not work for you. But if you are willing to be more open minded about what Star Wars can be and should be, this will be very powerful for you and highly recommended.